Okay, let me just check if we are live in here. Okay, I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Morning, good afternoon, good evening again. It's me. I'm back in the online space. Ariane here, and coming to you live from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. It's 9:22 p.m. of December 27, 2024. We have 5 days before the new year, January 1, 2025. And tonight, I'm going to give you. So, this is the topic that I chose for the next 5 days because it's important for me. Actually, this one is big for me. I've been preparing myself, my space, my home, my mind, my brain, even my gadgets. Actually, I always do this before January 1, before another year starts. It's just because I want to start being focused on the goals that I set for the year. And I know even though in the past few years I haven't been really very consistent about, um, going after my goals. But this year, I know for the past year, 20, past 2 years, 23 and 2024, I had a lot of goals achieved. Um, and those were really what I'm proud of. But here now, and we're transitioning into 2025, um, I'm going after bigger goals. So I really want to be preparing myself, the whole family as well, the home where I am living, my gadgets, the gadgets that I use. I want to prepare everything so I can have a clean slate for 2025. And that's what I'm going to share with you in the next 5 days. So I hope you can stay with me. Tune in these go lives that I'm doing for the next 5 days before January 1. Okay. So for tonight, we are going to discuss day one. But before doing that, I just want to introduce myself first. If this is the first time that you are seeing me, again, it's me, Ariane, and I'm living here in Windsor, Canada, together with my family. I have my husband with me and my two young boys. Um, I've been here in Canada since 2022 because we wanted greener pastures, better opportunities for our kids. And so I started here as a student and juggled three part-time jobs alongside with it. So I became a cleaner, concierge, and moving coordinator. And when I finished my course, I eventually landed an IT analyst job. And I'm doing that right now together with this digital business. So I'm also a proud digital business owner now. And here in the online space, this is my mission to help ambitious, hardworking, career parents take back control of their life and have more time with their family by starting a legitimate digital business. That's me. So, again, if you're interested to know more about our digital business, you can just register in my website. It's ariangale.com. Enter your full name and email address, and I will send you more information about it. So that is my mission in this digital business. But tonight we are going to talk about the first day of preparations that we're gonna do before January 1 starts. So for day one, I'm gonna share with you how I'm doing this. The first step is decluttering. And I know it can be daunting for a lot of people, to let go of old things that they have which don't serve them anymore, or those things that we don't even see. It's being kept like hidden away from our sight, in the darkest corners of our house, of our rooms. But we are not we are not um even if we're not seeing them anymore, maybe we're thinking, oh, I have a use for that in the future. But you know what? Those things actually are like a symbolism of like a waste, or things that are being kept that we couldn't let go. So, and I'm going to tell you later how important it is to let go of those things. So that's the first one. Clear the clutter. Okay. So our focus here is to reset the environment, the environment that we have, what we're surrounded with, for a fresh start. So that's for day one. And some actionable items here we have. If it's daunting for you to clean the whole house, you can probably start in your home office, right? In your own home office, if you're working from home, or maybe you have kids who have a desk, right? And maybe it's all cluttered. So maybe you can start there and see how it progresses, right? And for others, if they don't have a desk or maybe a home office, then maybe they can start with a room in the house that they always use. So, for example, if you are a family who loves watching movies, maybe you can start with the living room, right? So that's how I do it. And for me, I always like to be sleeping soundly, not having not seeing clutter around the bedroom. And so most times I start with the bedroom first. So for some actionable items, you can clean your workspace, check out your drawers. If you have old papers there, like old billing statements, you don't need them anymore, especially if they're already paid, right? Unless you have to present them to your accountant. But I don't think so. Maybe you can just give them a virtual copy, right? A soft copy. So you don't need the physical papers anymore. It's just taking up uh, space in your desk, in your room. You can also tidy up your desk, just a little um, uh, just a little wiping up the dust, things like that. So you can also sanitize your area. So you know what I learned from being a concierge in a rental property in Toronto. They in our team, they actually taught us how to start our day, our shift. So we start by actually um, placing or putting in gloves in our hands and getting wipes, like a sanitizing wipes. And then we do the wiping of the whole concierge desk. So that's how we start our day. That's how they taught us. And I think that's a really great idea for us who have our home office, because um most times we don't want to like move things around here. And um so a lot of times we were not able to wipe out dust that are hidden, like are under the risers, or at the back of the monitors, right, that we have. So it's a great thing to have uh sanitizing wipes that can just be reachable anytime you need to wipe down the desk, right? So should clean up your workspace. The next is to delete unnecessary files and emails. So this doesn't just apply to us as digital business owners, but also for, like, if you're a student, right? Or maybe if you are employed, and you have a lot of like unnecessary emails that like subscriptions or newsletters you are subscribed at. So maybe you can just probably review a couple of them, and it's easy to unsubscribe, right? You can just scroll up to the bottom of the email, and you can see there It's small because they don't want you to unsubscribe, right? But there you can see it there at the bottom of the email. It's a small text there that says unsubscribe. So if you don't want those newsletters anymore piling up in your inbox, then you can unsubscribe from those. Also, another thing is, you if you have like your phones, if you use them a lot in taking photos, videos, or maybe you know, creating for content creation, creating viral videos, things like that. So if you have photos that are already, then you can easily scan through your photos. And if you have photos that are blurred, or um, like a miss like you weren't able to press the record at the right time, then maybe it's not the right moment to capture a photo, and you still have that in your galleries, then maybe you can just, you know, delete those kind of stuff as well. If you have a laptop, then maybe you can organize your files, give it a day to organize your files, you know, put the pictures in the photos folder, videos in the videos folder. Try also to look at your downloads folder, because there's a lot in there if you are working a lot online, because you have most of your files in the cloud. It goes down to your downloads folder, so you can just run through them and then see if there are files that you can also delete from there. And another one, you can donate or discard unused items from your home. So if you have old things that you don't use anymore, maybe kitchenwares, or maybe what call that, pillowcases, or maybe home decors that are not fit in your home, in the rooms in your house, right? You can probably just donate or discard them, instead of just, you know, being stuck at your desk or in your closets, you know, in the dark spaces. You can just donate or discard them. Here in Canada, a lot of people discards, you know, old stuff, and they just put it in the garbage area, and then other people would just pick, you know, things from there that they can still use at home, and then maybe they could reuse it or refurbish, maybe. Yeah. So the outcome that we want here is to have a clean, decluttered space, because it gives you mental clarity for planning ahead in the coming year. So let me just quickly share with you the psychology behind it. So this is why decluttering really matters. So number one, clutter overloads the brain. So there are psychological studies that show that clutter creates mental overload, because clutter is actually like a mental noise. It competes for your attention and reduces your focus. So for example, if you have a cluttered area, cluttered desk, and you want to accomplish something at work, it's you know, your brain kinds of see that as some kind of noise, visual noise, or it might see, you know, your area as chaotic, because again, those things that are cluttered in front of you, it competes for your attention, right? Like it's a nuisance in front of you. So that's how it works. That's how we see it. So decluttering clears up both your physical and mental space, and it helps us concentrate better on what truly matters. So that's the first one. And then the second one is that a clean slate for us symbolizes a fresh start. Think of it as taking a bath, wearing new clothes, like newly laundered clothes, right? So it triggers a symbolic reset in our brain if we have a decluttered and clean space. So humans naturally associate external actions like cleaning with internal renewal. We feel renewed, we feel refreshed, right? When we're straight out of the washroom, we've just taken a bath, right? And when your environment feels fresh, it signals in your brain that it's time to leave the past behind or let go of things and start anew. So that's the second one. The third one is that order boosts productivity. So this one is kind of the opposite one of the first one that we talked about, which is clutter overloads the brain. Now, order boosts productivity, right? And there's a study published in the Journal of Consumer Research. They found out that people in clean spaces tend to make healthier, more productive choices. So that's a study, that's a proven one. And by removing distractions and chaos, you create a workspace or home that supports focused and goal driven behavior. So if you really want to focus on something, you want to focus on your goals, go after accomplishments, you want to set a goal for yourself for 2025, then and if you want to be in order, you want to have everything in order so that you can follow a certain path towards your goals, then it's a great start if you have a clean slate, clean space, clean environment, and it's like a renewed or refreshed a fresh start, right? So that's it. Order boosts productivity. So number four, it also reduces stress and anxiety. So clutter has been linked to heightened stress levels. And I actually learned this from Marie Kondo. If you haven't watched that from it's a documentary from Netflix. I watched it years ago. And since then, I would always think twice of what to buy online, of what I buy online. And I would always think, where will this thing go? Like, if I buy this, will I have a space for it? Because if not, I won't really buy it. So that's how I so I don't really splurge in, things that would just end up being just clutters at home. So that's how I do it. Maybe you can also do that, right? The chaotic environment sends stress signals to the brain, keeping you in a low level state of fight or flight mode, right? And when you're in fight or flight mode, you are stressed. You are going to be stressed out. And you don't want that because, again, those are where illnesses or sicknesses come from, right? So tidying up reduces the stress, leading to a calmer, more positive mindset. And also it's actually easier for you to clean up, especially when you're a mom and you're at home or a stay-at-home mom. If your things are in order, maybe your kids would like probably mess up some toys or things like that. It's easier to to declutter or to clean up, to organize things when you know that those things have their own spaces where you can put them, right? So and because of that, if that's the rule in your home, then it reduces your stress or anxiety because you would not see that as a daunting task. You won't see that as, oh, I will have to clean this up again, or it's not like a huge thing for you to do, right? It won't take you too much of your time, right? So the last one will be it also encourages positive habits. So when you reset your environment, it often triggers new habits because you see your environment is clean, clear, and organized. You can actually think of, more or other things or other ways that you can do to beautify or to beautify the space, or maybe to start a new hobby, things like that. So it says here that behavioral psychology suggests that our environment cues behavior. So, for example, our clean desk may encourage us to read, write, plan, or, work, whatever work you want to do in your desk, right? While a cluttered one might lead to procrastination. So even if I have things that are cluttered around the house, or just in my desk, it's like I'm feeling lazy to be working in that desk, right? So that's how I feel. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. So what I do is that I try to declutter first. And then when I see that everything's in order, then I can start working. And most times I will be able to accomplish things when, everything's all neat and clean in front of me. So that's how I do it. And organizing your surroundings primes your brain to associate the space with positive, intentional actions. So sometimes there's a lot of things that are going on in our head, and even in our head, it's already chaotic. What more if we have a chaotic space, right? So it's very difficult to start doing something, start working, if it's like that. So this is why I would always like want a clean space, a decluttered space. And if I see, that say the living room is dirty, or there's a lot of mess around the house, I don't wait for a couple of days before I start, cleaning up. So it's like I always set the time, like every morning after I wake up, after I eat breakfast, before I start working in my desk, I still check if I needed to at least do little organizing, things like that, because it really helps me be more focused in what I do. So yeah, so that's it. And again, resetting your environment is like pressing a mental refresh button. It reduces stress, improves focus, and it creates foundation for productivity and growth. So if you have goals to catch up on, to want to accomplish in 2025, then decluttering in day one is really one of the steps that you shouldn't miss. Okay, if you want to set your, because we're going to set our goals in the next few days, but day one is for decluttering. So I hope you are inspired. But if you want more inspiration in decluttering, you can watch Marie Kondo, because that's what inspires me. Yeah. So yeah, so starting a clean space helps your mind feel ready for the journey ahead. So that's it. So that's it from me today, and I hope you got some value from that. I hope you are inspired to declutter and clean your space before 2025 starts. Because in January, I already have a lot of things in my mind. I wanted to start working in January 1 for my business, for my personal growth, for the family life. I already have a lot of things in my mind, so I don't want that clutter or a dirty space to be one of the things that I would have to think about when in January 1. So that's it. And if again you are interested to check out our digital business, you can just go for the free info session, enter your full name and email address in my website below. It's ariangale.com. And I'll see you again tomorrow. In my next live, we're going to talk about what's for day 2. Okay, for day 2 is reflect and set intentions. So I'm going to give you more tips and actionable items so that you can start making your 2025 goals. Okay, so that's it from me, and good night, everybody. See you again in my next live tomorrow. Bye for now.